The Scarlet Crusade's most powerful weapon. Let me guess, it's Sally Whitemane. I'm like really curious what's actually their most powerful weapon. Let's find out together.
During the war against the Scourge in the Eastern Kingdoms, Crusader Alexandros Mograine wielded a mighty weapon called the Ashbringer. With each swing, the paladin cleaved through waves of undead. But, in an act of betrayal, Alexandros was struck down and his holy weapon forever corrupted. Such a loss of a powerful weapon against the invading undead dealt a massive blow on the Crusade's morale. If they were ever going to purge their lands of the Scourge, they'd need a new weapon. One that would rival the holy power of the Ashbringer. The priests of the Scarlet Crusade banded together to empower the most powerful weapon Azeroth had ever seen. But little did they know, its strength would soon be the death of them.
Wow, what weapon is that?
A duck walked into an apothecary and he said, "Give me some chapstick and put it on my bill."
What the heck? Wow, OP. Like, I wonder, how does Platinum WoW do this? Like, those edits, like, it's so cool. Like, seriously, like, I love his, like, animations and stuff that he always adds to his freaking lore videos. Like, it's just so cool.
Hey!
Oh no. What the heck?
The Scarlet Crusaders had found what they were looking for.
What were they looking for?
A crystal, empowered by pure darkness. Such an artifact would be paramount if they were ever going to create a weapon that matched the power of the Ashbringer. You see, the Ashbringer's holy powers were imbued by a similar dark crystal that was filled with the powers of the light. The violent clash of these two types of magics altered the crystal into one of pure light.
Okay, so you need, for a powerful weapon, okay, that's what I'm learning from this, you need a very dark evil artifact. And then you need to cleanse it with light so it becomes even more powerful. That's interesting.
The crystal, they forged the Ashbringer. Now, the Scarlet Crusade would do the same with a similar dark crystal they obtained in the Plague Lands. For weeks, a council of 10 priests practiced the ritual to infuse the purified artifact into a weapon. With their holy powers combined, they'd develop a sanctified staff that would be integral in purging their homeland of the vile scourge. But during the moments of the staff's creation, deception intervened.
Oh no.
Satan Dathrohan was the leader of the Scarlet Crusade, but in reality, it was actually the Dreadlord Balnazar in disguise. He watched as the weapon was forged. It was unacceptable.
You know what I've noticed about Dreadlords? Quite often the Dreadlords are behind some issue that's going on with freaking humans. Like, a Dreadlord was behind this situation with the plague and how, like, the undead came and like Lordran was like destroyed and stuff, right? And now we have again a Dreadlord inside the Scarlet Crusade. That's crazy. Like, the Dreadlords, they are always plotting against humans. Yes, it's insane. And yeah, by the way, guys, if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more MMO content.
In disguise, he watched as the weapon was forged. It
Then
was
he stole it.
unacceptable. If his underlings wielded such a force, it could lead to his identity being unmasked. In an act of pure malevolence, the Dreadlord interrupted the ritual with his dark magic.
What happened? It exploded?
The violent explosion of holy and dark magic instantly killed the 10 priests. But when the smoke cleared, the artifact, named Light's Wrath, trembled with unstable energies. Balnazar pondered for a moment. The Dreadlord decided that he would not destroy the weapon now. Its unstable power made it less of a threat to him, and he kind of just simply wanted to see the havoc it would cause among his fanatical underlings instead. Oh, and havoc it did cause. You see, foolish members of the Scarlet Crusade would attempt to wield Light's Wrath. They'd raise the staff up into the sky, but the artifact's overwhelming power was nearly impossible to harness, and the wielder, their allies, and all surrounding undead would be ignited in an unstable blaze of holy light. The dangerous, unstable power of the weapon was something every wielder was knowledgeable of, but the enticing power of such a weapon led all of the Crusaders into a violent, agonizing death.
Oh no.
In one recollection, Grand Inquisitor Isilin stated that at Tyr's hand, the Scourge outnumbered their forces 20-1. But with Light's Wrath, all of the undead, its wielder, and many of the Scarlet Crusade soldiers...
So they're basically all going kamikaze mode, right? Like kamikaze. So they could literally say, hey, who wants to be the sacrifice today? Okay, you go and just blow up over 100 undead with yourself or something like that. Yo, that's crazy. That's like a kamikaze stuff.
Were killed in a holy blast. The few soldiers that somehow survived the torrent of magic were left absolutely shell-shocked. In the days that followed, these soldiers could not even dress or feed themselves without assistance after what they just saw. So let's be honest here. Did the Scarlet Crusade members kill themselves?
Yeah, but one thing I didn't get, let's go back there. So if it's that powerful, right, this guy's like, he knows he's not gonna make it if he's dead. Why does he need to have 3 guards? Why he doesn't just stand all alone? Then you wouldn't have those people that can't freaking dress themselves anymore and eat. Like, it makes no sense. You just had one single guy out. That's enough. Like, you don't need to risk the life of your comrades, right?
Soldiers could not even dress or feed themselves without assistance after what they just saw. So let's be honest here. Did the Scarlet Crusade members kill themselves in this battle? I mean, yes, but when they ultimately kill all of their enemies in a 20-1 battle, you know, I think those losses are acceptable. Such a powerful weapon caught the attention of the Kirintor mages from Dalaran, specifically the mage named Isirin, who made it his duty to secure the staff. He tried to track down the weapon to make sure it didn't fall into the wrong hands,
and
but
he got it?
Each time Light's Wrath killed its wielder, it didn't take long for another crazed zealot to yoink the staff and try and wield it for themselves. All across the Plague Lands, there were blown-out craters of holy destruction from every attempt at wielding Light's Wrath.
Holy shit.
And it wasn't just used against undead either.
So many places.
No one expects the Scarlet Inquisition.
Crusaders
Sally
attempted to use the staff to purify innocent townspeople who the Scarlet Crusade thought were unclean. And of course, everyone died in the process.
At least Sally Whiteman escaped.
Probably the most infamous wielder of the artifact was a sadistic man named Inquisitor Halbin. Within the dark recesses of the Scarlet Monastery's dungeons, Halbin used the staff to torture Forsaken prisoners. The Inquisitor inflicted whatever pain was necessary to extract information from his prisoners. But the more he tormented the Forsaken, the more he learned to loathe every fiber in their rotten being. No longer was Halbin torturing Forsaken for information. Now, he was doing it just out of sick, sadistic pleasure. One night during an intense torture session, his hatred for the undead dominated his mind, breaking his focus on wielding Light's Wrath. This split second of broken concentration was all it took for the torturer's weapon to betray him.
I knew it.
Burning holy light engulfed the torture chamber.
Why are they not trying to purify the staff again or something? They thought it was like completed or what? That's what I'm guessing right now. They thought it was already completed, right? Is that why they are doing it? Because they should like. But one thing is a bit suspicious here. So Where the staff was, they actually found their comrades only as skeletons. They were like gone, right? So why did they not get suspicious of maybe something has failed during the ritual? Like, they haven't noticed that yet. Like, how do you not notice that if you know there's like this big plan going on of like freaking purifying a staff, like the artifact in the staff, right? And then like just let it be. Like, why not do a second round of purification? Like, I don't get this.
Inquisitor Halbin died a slow, painful death, and his tortured screams echoed throughout his chambers in the same roaring.
So the Forsaken got revenge on him in a way, indirectly.
Okay, so this is where our story falls apart. Somehow, someway, that is not explained, Light's Wrath fell into the possession of a troll priest named Jakar. She used the weapon in an expedition to Northrend to destroy the Scourge, but after some time, she lost control of the weapon and it permanently blinded her, but didn't kill her, and she abandoned the artifact in Northrend.
Oh no.
And then somehow, someway, the weapon found its way back to the Eastern Kingdoms, and it cycled through the hands of multiple well-meaning priests and paladins. Yeah, they all died. Then, a group of hooded horsemen from the Tower of Karazhan, called the Dark Riders, tried to claim the staff in Duskwood.
And it failed.
When they touched the staff, a pure wave of holy energy echoed from the weapon, and it sent them running away. And by the way, yeah, WoW copies a lot of concepts from other universes, but the Dark Riders are literally just the Nazgul from Lord of the Rings, aka the guy.
One thing I'm wondering about the Dark Riders, are they actually undead or not? Like, they look exactly like Death Knights. Like, they have the freaking Death Knight starting armor, like the one you get when you start as a Death Knight. They even have the Death Charger, right? Like the Death Knight mount. But they are not really Death Knights because they were not raised by the Lich King. Like, what are those Dark Riders? Like, of course, they are like a reference to the Nazgul of Lord of the Rings. But I still don't get what they exactly are. Are they alive? Are they undead? Like, I have to look this more up, to be honest. Like, but they're very fascinating. Maybe there's an actual lore video we can check out about the Dark Riders. That would be so cool.
But when they touched the staff, a pure wave of holy energy echoed from the weapon, and it sent them running away. And by the way, yeah, WoW copies a lot of concepts from other universes, but the Dark Riders are literally just the Nazgul from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that Nazgul.
AKA the guys called the Black Riders. And like, where do you cross the line between referencing something and just blatantly copying something? Okay, anyways, back to some weird random story beats. And then somehow, some way, the staff fell into the hands of the Twilight Hammer cult, who tried to suck out all of the holy energy from the staff. But the Gyrantor mage Issarin, who made it his life's mission to track down Light's Wrath, intervened. With the staff in his possession, the mage conjured a protective spell over the staff. Yeah, it killed him instantly. Despite this, Light's Wrath was transported to the Nexus Vault.
Wait a second, so the mage sacrificed himself to put a protective spell on the staff. While he did so, he freaking died, but the spell remained, or what?
Over the staff, yeah, it killed him instantly. Despite this, Light's Wrath was transported to the Nexus Vault, located within the Nexus in Northrend. And this is where the player character Priest comes in. When they arrive, the Nexus is currently occupied by ethereals trying to hoard the power of the Nexus and the artifacts within the vaults. And this is the disappointing part of our story. The rest of the questline is pretty—
that's an artifact for the priest. You know what? I'm actually leveling up recently a Goblin Shadow Priest. And is this holy or disciple? Like discipline. I think that's discipline, right?
Much a direct copy of the Arcane Mage questline for their artifact weapon.
So it's
and the
literally the same.
Of Light's Wrath is only told to players through text.
Yo, I need to get this stuff then. Can you have actually multiple ones? Like, I can do Legion time walking, no problem. I'm like almost level 40. I could do like the quest line for Legion, right? And then I can like try to get this one. But I want the Shadow artifact. Like, I don't know, because I main Shadow. Let's see, maybe you can have multiple ones and I get it.
Leaving the story totally unknown to most players. Which is a shame, because it's one of the most outrageous and enjoyable little stories within Warcraft. And honestly, it just gave me an excuse to talk about the Scarlet Crusade some more.
Yeah, that's a discipline one, right? I was so like the video, this was really good. Okay, let me like this video. This was very informative. And so that's an artifact for the priest. I'm like wondering, okay, maybe there's like too much spoilers, and I don't want to spoil it too much for those that actually want to get now the artifact. But let me guess roughly. We're having like a quest line where we actually completely purify this death or something, because otherwise it would blow us up the player, right? So yeah, oh shit, I need to really get into like Legion time walking and do this. That's interesting. And this staff, I think the transmog looks not too bad. Like I can always use this for the future on a staff. Looks nice. Can fit a lot of transmogs, different styles and stuff. Wow. So the Ashbringer, it also came from the Scarlet Crusade, because I didn't know that, so I learned something new. So the Ashbringer is original from the Scarlet Crusade, and so is this staff. I'm like wondering what actually happened now with the ones that are left from the Scarlet Crusade, because the Scarlet Crusade got like nearly wiped out, or they joined. They joined like some alliance. I think they did, right? Like some actually came and joined the alliance as like priests and stuff, maybe. I don't know. There was like a quest line or something where we have to like save someone, right? From the Scarlet Crusade or so. I remember that doing one time walking campaign there. You actually have like a Scarlet Crusade person. That one is like friendly. I don't know. Interesting. But yeah, guys, if you are new to this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content. And if you liked this video, I would also appreciate if you can give this video a thumbs up. And yeah, I have to do the quest I know for this artifact. I will see you guys next time.